So I did this 2 days ago. There's brown rice, so there's vermiculite. Vermiculite goes inside of garden soil. It is really absorbent like a sponge, so if you put it in your garden soil, you don't have to water your plants as much because it'll have like little sponges in there absorbing that water. And it needs a substrate, a food source. This is brown rice flour. So we mixed that up and put them inside of these mason jars. And then we had to sanitize and sterilize the mason jars because there's mold spores all around us, like trichoderma. A lot of us are more sensitive to these mold spores. You get allergies, you sneeze, your sinuses swell up. That's because of mold spores. They're all around us. So we had to sanitize. Good morning, sweetie.
Hi, Talia.
Are you just here to check out mushrooms? Come on in. So you had to sanitize the brown rice flour, the vermiculite. So you had to do it in the pressure cooker for about 45 minutes, and we're not going to open it until I need it. So we have an inoculation chamber. So we're just going to quickly, because I'm faced for the time to do attendance, stuff like that. We need to sanitize everything, because there's mold spores all around us. So I bought all of this out of my money because you guys are worth it and I love you. There's 3 different types of mushrooms. So if you look over on that board over there, I know you really can't see much about what that is. There are 3 different kinds of mushrooms. So period 5 and 6 are going to grow the same kind of mushrooms. They're going to grow blue oyster mushrooms. Period 7 and 8, there's going to be 3 jars of those 2, and they're growing what's called pearl oyster mushrooms. And the ones that I have left for my A-Day students and my homeroom students, good morning, Michael, are going to be called almond mushrooms, and that's on this slide. So 5th period, of course, called dibs on the pretty blue ones. Those are blue oysters. There are 4 of those jars, 2 for period 5, 2 for period 6. They got the blue oysters. 7th and 8th period have 3 jars that have been inoculated, 2 jars period 7, 1 for period 8. And those are the pearl oyster mushrooms. And what I have left are the mushroom spores for the almond. So
I'd rather have the pearl ones.
I'll re-sanitize all this. I want you guys to see this. All right, so you can buy this on Amazon. Nothing, I just got all this stuff on Amazon. So inside you can see the spores. See it? Kind of like the top of pond water, like just gunkiness, right? Those are fungus spores. That's how they reproduce, through spores, and they transfer through the water. So that's why mushrooms happen after a heavy rain. So you can even take an old mushroom, and then underneath the mushrooms are gill slits, and after it dries out, it'll drop out spores on the ground, and then a heavy rain will take those spores and redeposit them somewhere else where they can go bloom out. You guys can see that. All right. So we're going to take these mushroom spores and we're going to inoculate them into, I'll do 4 jars. I'll do 3 jars with you guys. I'll do 3 jars. All right. Sanitize, 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 sanitize. We want no other, because it'll be competition. So the mold that everyone has in the house is called trichoderma. It's the green bread mold. So if you've ever had bread and it gets that green mold on it, that's just called trichoderma. It's completely fine if you eat it. It's not dangerous. Mushrooms, though, are they could be extremely deadly. So like if you go hiking or anything, don't just go outside and just say, oh, that's a mushroom, let me go eat it. Do not just eat mushrooms. So whenever we take this needle and inoculate this, we're going to need to heat the needle between each of our different jars. So I brought for you, this is an alcohol burner. There's alcohol inside of it. The way this works is that there's a copper tube that goes through it like this, and there's 2 holes in here. So I'm going to light, because there's the vapor, alcohol vaporizes, it evaporates very easily, it's highly flammable. So we're going to control it, and I'm just going to light that. Then the vapor will ignite. And there you go, it's lit. Sorry guys, I'm trying to rush just a little bit. Sanitize, sanitize. Because the fire's not that big. I'll leave my gloves off for this. Okay, so we're gonna keep that to the side away from the alcohol. That is soaking with alcohol. I'm gonna take our jars. I'm doing 3 jars with you guys. We're gonna put it straight into here. Prevent as much contamination as possible. So inside these little mason jars, you see that there's a mixture of the vermiculite and some brown rice flour. Close that, sanitize. Next class. Okay. 21.
I just messaged that teacher. I said, here, I'm learning about mushrooms.
Yes.
We grow plants. We just released about 6 butterflies. Science is awesome. Okay, so we're gonna make sure that we shake this syringe up. We're gonna shake this up, make sure we got all the spores out. I've got my 3 jars. We're gonna sanitize the needle first. Should we sanitize the needle first? Okay, needle's hot. We can all agree it's hot. Now inside of these is the lid for the mason jar, so it's sanitary in here. And inside here are 4 holes. See the 4 holes? So I'm gonna take the syringe and I'm gonna inoculate some of it in each of those 4 holes. I'm gonna use it, push it against the glass. You guys can see. I'm gonna put just a little bit. 3, 2, 1. Another hole. And 3, 2, 1. Another hole. And 3, 2, 1. Another hole. Okay. Close this up. This one was done. Move it over here. I'm going to re-sterilize my syringe. So I just have the fire under here, Maria. We just want to kill any mold spores that could have been on it. Right, this is a preventative thing. Okay, it's red hot. Put it back. We did this one to the side. We go to the next one. Oh, we're good with time.
So she knows I'm here.
Okay. Next one, same thing. There's 4 holes. Close it up. Re-sanitize.
Is it actually red hot or just? It gets red hot. It'll feel red.
See, Ben?
How is that fire so, That's alcohol.
It's running on alcohol. It's fueled by the alcohol.
Like alcohol fire is really more hot? It's really flammable.
I don't think it's more hot.
It's just much more flammable.
Last one. I got 2 more jars, so I don't want to be wasteful. So I'm doing it against the jar, so whenever the spores start, we'd be able to see it. So the trick is that they're going to have to live, these jars are going to have to live in this dark box.
For how many days?
For about a week.
Is that it for the video?
Was that it? I'm done with you guys want to go back. So we're just going to put it in this, I'm going to mark them with class. I'm going to give them to you. We're going to put them in this box over here. We'll check them every Thursday, Friday, so once a week to see the growth. It'll take about a month, and then we will fruit them, and I'll show you how to make the mushrooms come out. About a month, because they have to eat all that brown rice flour.
Dang, everyone left so fast. Everyone came in slowly and then phew.
Well, I'm a botanist. I'm a biologist at heart. This is what I do at home.
Oh.